Hi everyone, my name is Chris. I'm behind Wyrd, and I've been a fan of self-development and into the whole world from since 2016, since I discovered The Secret, which is kind of like, I think, the first introduction to subliminals, especially before social media, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. So yeah, I discovered the Secret when I was 16. Of course, my beliefs and the teachings I'm absorbing now are a lot different than those type of books, because those are more related to law of attraction. I prefer more the law of assumption, Neville Goddard. I just think it makes a lot more sense, and I know I've seen a lot of people that were not necessarily getting their manifestations when they were subscribing to the law of attraction beliefs, but now that they changed to the law of assumption, it works differently. I find it's a lot easier to understand how it works and how to get results. So about today's video, I'm just going to talk about why you're not getting subliminal results. So, as though I mostly subscribe to the law of assumption, I like the way of certain law of attraction or manifestation teachers give you kind of a formula to manifestation. And always the first step is just set your intention, declare what you want to manifest, what is it that you want. That's always the first. Second step is to get rid of your limiting beliefs. Like I said, I usually like the law of assumption, but for some people, the law of assumption is going to be great and just go straight to living in the end for a while, and then your subconscious and your external world catches up to what you think or what you're imagining, how you're living in the end and what you're manifesting. But for some people, and for certain desires especially, the thing about limiting beliefs is not the belief in itself, it's the feeling attached to that limiting beliefs. So let's say your desire is a change in your appearance. The thing is, appearance for a lot of people is a sore subject. So by listening to subliminals, you're expecting a certain result, but there's such a strong emotional charge attached to your limiting beliefs or to past experiences that it is hard for your subconscious to accept the subliminals as your new reality. So what I would say is, if you're not getting subliminal results, if you're not doing that step and you're getting subliminal results, that's great. Just keep doing whatever you're doing. But for those that are not getting subliminal results, I would say that is the most important is getting rid of that emotional charge related to your past experiences, your limiting beliefs, whatever. Just whatever negative emotions surround the new beliefs you want to install, you want to get rid of those, because after that your subconscious is going to be a lot easier to reprogram. All right, why is that? Because our subconscious mostly understands symbols and emotions. So just as an example, when you have a very strong emotional charge attached to a certain memory, you're going to remember that memory a lot more vividly. So it's that same thing. It's like if you're trying to change your appearance, but then in the past or for a long time you've been bullied, you've been insulted or whatever, or you've been bringing yourself down about that specific thing that you want to change. Every time your subconscious is going to hear that affirmation, it's just going to reaffirm your current state of why you don't have it, because there's such emotional baggage attached to that belief. So it is important that if you're not getting subliminal results, that you get rid of that emotional charge, because once you get rid of that emotional charge, you're going to change a lot faster. You're going to see subliminal results a lot faster. Also, there's one of my My favorite people that I follow on the internet, on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, wherever, she's called Melanie Alnayer. If you don't follow her already, I would recommend her. She's pretty amazing. I find her that the way she speaks is always very enthralling. Like, as soon as she opens her mouth and as soon as she starts speaking, you're like very projected into her world. Like, you listen to every single word. Anyway, she's amazing. She talks about this thing which is called a feeling thought. And that is that when you have a thought, let's say you say an affirmation, let's say you say, I have my desired body, and then the thought you have right after that's mostly linked to an emotion. So let's say I have my dream body, but that thought right after that says, no, you don't. You notice that that's where the emotion is mostly attached. So that's what's manifesting, not your affirmation, but what's come right after. So if you get rid of that emotional charge, that feeling attached to I have my dream body, no I don't, it's no longer there. So there's no physical reaction to the affirmations you're saying, the new program you're wanting to install in your brain, in your subconscious, it's mostly gone. So that's why it's important to get rid of that emotional charge so you become a blank slate for what you want. How can you get rid of that emotional charge? There's a lot of ways you can. Of course, the classic journaling, so you just journal through it, and the more you talk about it, the more you go through it and you look at it with an objective point of view, it's going to get rid of that certain charge. A very effective method is RRT Therapy. It's rapid resolution therapy. I've never done it, but I've heard from a few teachers I'm listening to that they either got a certification or they went through it and it helped them a lot. I've also went to like some meditation that comes from RRT and they've worked great. There's also rage dancing, like shaking dancing, I guess you'd call it. It's just like you shake your body, and that gets rid of like a certain emotional charge around certain memories, or like if you feel like anxiety about what you're trying to manifest. Let's say I have my dream body and you have that feeling of like, no I don't. Shaking usually helps because it's like you're moving the energy around your body, you're moving the emotion, so it gets rid of some. There's also EFT, so emotional freedom technique. I think it's like the tapping thing. All these techniques, you can look them up because there's like 100 guides on them. Very effective technique also is hypnotherapy. So, you know, hypnotherapy and RRT are pretty effective. So if you get like a session one-on-one, it shouldn't take too much time to get rid of the emotional charge. But like some other methods, it might take more time. So there's EFT, journaling, yoga, anything that regulates your nervous system. So your vagus nerve, that's going to help a lot as well. I'm sure there are other techniques. That's just the things I use. Also breathwork. Breathwork is amazing. So more of like a masculine way of moving the energy. Breathwork, I mean the one that you breathe in through your mouth and then you exhale through your mouth very rapidly, so like the oxygen in your brain is a lot higher. Breathwork, yes, and then meditation also. So just anything that like calms your nervous systems, so that when you think your affirmations, you're trying to reprogram your brain, it's gonna be a lot more easier. Just to conclude about the law of assumption, I think I should maybe one day do like law of attraction versus law of assumption. The practice and the belief in limiting beliefs usually comes from the law of attraction, because if you've been on the R. Neville Goddard subreddit, you know, a lot of people talk about how limiting beliefs don't really exist. You don't really have them, you don't need to get rid of them. I do agree, because if you practice SATs and you do it the way it is intended to do, that you really get to the state where your body is almost falling asleep and you're imagining that scene over and over again, that it almost feels real. It's a very powerful way to imprint your subconscious and manifest, because as you repeat that scene over and over again, you're gonna build that emotions that almost take over your old beliefs. Like, you basically brainwash yourself very rapidly. It's also possible to manifest with just affirmations. It's just, there are different ways of manifesting for a very real reason, because we all are different. So of course, we're gonna have different ways of manifesting. So I would just say, try it. If it's not for you, if you're a girl that's like, I'm just gonna affirm, it's good for me, go do that. If you want to just do sats, go do that. If you want to focus on getting rid of those limiting beliefs and those emotional charges against those emotional charges around your memories and certain beliefs, whatever, go do that. For me, I like it because it feels you feel very light after that. For me, when you do focus on getting rid of that emotional charge, manifesting gets a lot more fun, because when you're saying those affirmations, it's like, it doesn't take that much time before you're like, yeah, that's true. Instead of like, if you don't get rid of that emotional charge, I found it takes a lot more time for you to believe those affirmations. So it's just like, for me, getting rid of that emotion, of those emotions. I'm like, you say your affirmations like, yeah, that's true, whatever. So it's just like a lot more fun. So whatever you want to do it. Who cares? It's supposed to be fun. Stop like saying you have to do this. There's like no absolute end-all be-all formula of how to manifest. Just do whatever you want to do and figure out what works for you. That's just something I do recommend if you don't have subliminal results. It might help you, so just try it out for a while and it should help you. So I hope you have a wonderful day or night, depending what time it is for you, and I will see you in my next video. How was that? Is that too bad? Is that good? I don't know. It's kind of fun.